Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today we're going to see Game 2 of a 3-game set between the Mets and Cubs in Wrigley Field. The Cubs took Game 1 in a 5-3 decision, and now for today's game, Aaron Nola is going to be on the mound for the Cubs. He is making start number 5 with a 2-1 record, 3.04 ERA, and a 0.94 WHIP. The Cubs lineup today will be Paradas, Hoerner, Rizzo, Springer, Correa, Tauchman, Amaya, Nola batting 8th, and Danny Santana batting 9th. The Mets will send David Peterson to the mound. He's making start number 4 with a 2-0 record, 4.15 ERA, and a 1.56 WHIP. The Mets lineup will include Marte, Nimmo, Alonso, Conforto, McNeil, Rosario, Guillermo, Avila, and Peterson batting 9th. It is 45 degrees in Chicago today. Wind blowing in from left at 11 mph. And it is time to get this game underway. As the Cubs head out to take the field and the sounds of the national anthem fade away, the Cubs coming into today's game first place in the NL Central, one game ahead of the Cincinnati Reds. The Mets are at 7-10, 5th place in the East, while the Cubs coming in with a 12-4 record. Nola is on the mound facing the Mets leadoff hitter Starling Marte, and here's the 1-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Nola records strikeout number 1, and now Nimmo is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 is the count. Aaron Nola delivering the pitch. And there's a pop-up, very high, right center field. Lots of time to get under it. The right fielder, Tauchman, makes the catch on the warning track for the second out of the inning. And now Pete Alonso's the batter. He had a home run in yesterday's game. He's facing Nola with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And Alonso's going to ground this one weakly over to first. Rizzo has it, flips to the pitcher covering, and that will end the inning. We're going to the bottom of the first. It is a 0-0 ball game. Isaac Paradas going to lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the first inning. Peterson on the mound, 1 ball count. Paradas is waiting for the pitch. And there's a grounder past the third baseman into left field. That is going to be a leadoff single for Isaac Paradas. He stops at first, and now Hoerner is the batter. So Hoerner steps up to the plate. Peterson is average at holding runners, and Avila is definitely above average at throwing out runners. So I don't think we're going to really be trying to steal too many bases with this matchup today. Hoerner facing Peterson. Here's a 1 ball count and the pitch. And Hoerner's going to ground that one to second. The throw goes to short, the relay to first, and there's the 4-6-3 double play. So now the Cubs have 2 outs and nobody on. Next up is Rizzo. Peterson facing Rizzo with a 1-strike count. And he lines that one down the left field line. That's going into the corner. He hit that one against the shift, and the left fielder looks like he has to run about 100 yards to get to that ball. So Rizzo with the 2-out double is now in scoring position, and Springer is the batter. Springer facing Peterson with 2 outs and Rizzo on second. Here's a full count pitch. Peterson is looking to deliver, and a pop-up short center field. Coming in as the center fielder, and Nimmo makes the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We go to the top of the second of a 0-0 ball game. Conforto batting against Nola here in the top of the second. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Big curveball right there from Nola, earning him the second strikeout of the day. Jeff McNeil now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball count. McNeil waiting for the pitch. And a pop-up on the infield. Coming out from behind the plate is Miguel Amaya, and he's called off actually by Carlos Correa, who makes the catch for out number 2. Next up, Amed Rosario. 2 outs, nobody on. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Nola, and a grounder toward short. This time, Correa has to throw it over to first to complete the play, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the second now of a 0-0 ball game. Correa leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 count. Here comes the pitch. And that is way outside. It is ball 4. So Correa draws a walk on 4 straight. And that brings up Mike Tauchman. With nobody out and the runner on first, Peterson facing Tauchman. Full count. Here comes the delivery. And that is ball 4. The walk is issued. So now the Cubs have the first 2 men on base. And Miguel Amaya is the next batter. Runner on first is Tauchman. Runner on second is Correa. Amaya is the batter. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the first out of the inning. It brings up the pitcher Nola. And he's going to be asked to lay down a sacrifice right here. With 1 out, the bunt is laid down right back at the mound. The throw goes over to first. And that's the second out of the inning. The sacrifice is successful. The runners advance to second and third, and now Danny Santana is the batter. With 2 outs, 2 men on. Tie ball game. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Santana, and he's going to ground that one over to third. Picked up and thrown over to first, and Santana's out by half a step to end the inning. Man, he was flying down the line, but just barely out over at first. So the Cubs strand 2. We go to the top of the third of a 0-0 ball game. Nola now facing Guillermo in the top of the third inning. 3-1 count, Nola delivering the pitch. And that's way inside. It is ball 4, so Nola issues the walk. That's his first of the day, and it brings up Avila. Nobody out, runner on first. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a drive deep right field. That's going to be trouble. Going back is Tauchman, and that's going to land in the seats about 5 rows back. So a 2-0 lead for the Cubs. Alex Avila has hit home run number 4 on the season, 408 feet, out to straightaway right field. So Peterson now is the batter. Nobody out, 2 runs already in. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Aaron Nola. And a liner in right field, that's going to be another base hit. As Tauchman plays it on the hop, gets it back into the cutoff man. So a single for Peterson brings up Marte. With nobody out and a runner on first, here's a 1-ball count, and he lays down the bunt back toward the mound. The pitcher has it, throwing over to first. That's the first out of the inning. The pitcher, Peterson, advances to second, and now Nimmo is the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Nola. And there's a grounder up the middle. The shortstop is in a perfect position. He fields and throws to first for out number 2. Peterson advances to third, which brings up Pete Alonso with 2 outs and 1 man on. Nola working with a 2-strike count. And there's a grounder over to third. Paradas has it. He throws to first, and that will end the inning. 5-3 on the force out. The Mets score twice on the home run. We go to the bottom of the third of a 2-0 New York lead. Paradas now leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the third inning. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And a liner into right field. Adjusting is the right fielder. Couple steps to his right. He makes the catch for out number 1. Horner now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-2 count. Nico Horner waiting for the pitch. And a grounder back towards second. His counterpart fields and throws over to first for out number 2. Coming up now, Anthony Rizzo with 2 outs and nobody on. Rizzo waiting for the 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. And a liner into right. Coming in fast is Conforto, in right field, making the catch to end the inning. So we're going to go to the top of the fourth now. It's still a 2-0 New York lead. Conforto facing Nola here in the top of the fourth inning. Mets up by 2. Here's a 1-strike pitch. And a pop-up in foul territory. Miguel Amaya is chasing, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Next up is Jeff McNeil with 1 out, nobody on. Nola working with a 1-strike count. Here is the pitch. And a liner up the middle. That's a single into center field. So a 1-out base hit puts the runner on first. And now Rosario is the batter. Top of the fourth inning, Mets up by 2. Here's a 2-strike count and the pitch. And a liner into the gap in right center field. Man, he got that one all the way out to the wall. This is going to be extra bases. Coming back into the cutoff man is the throw. The runner holds at third. So the Mets now have second and third with 1 out, and Guillermo is the batter. he is going to face Nola here in the top of the fourth inning with the Mets already up by 2. And, gosh, do we intentionally walk him here with 1 out and try to set up the double play, get out of the inning? I don't think so. I think Nola's just got to pitch to Guillermo. Here's a 2-1 count and the pitch, and a liner right up the middle for a base hit. That's going to drive in 2 runs. No, it's going to drive in 1. Second runner stops at third. So that makes this a 3-0 ball game. An RBI single for Guillermo, and it brings up Avila. 1 out, runners on the corners, top of the fourth inning. We are going to have to warm up a relief pitcher here because Nola seems to be really struggling. All right, we're going to visit the mound. He says, how do I feel? I feel great. Okay, well, you don't look great, but anyway. Avila facing Nola. Top of the fourth inning, 1 out, runners on the corners. 1 run already in. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Aaron Nola. And that is ball 4. He issues the walk, and now the bases are loaded. The pitcher, Peterson, is going to come up next. He hit a single his last time up. Peterson facing Nola with the bases loaded and 1 out. Nola with the first pitch. Grounder over to second. The throw comes home. The relay goes down to first, and that is a 4-2-3 double play to end the inning. So, only 1 run scores as Nola managed to work his way out of the bases loaded jam. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning of a 3-0 ball game. So Springer is going to face Peterson here in the bottom of the fourth inning to lead off for the Cubs. Peterson working with a 1-2 count. Springer's waiting for the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. First out of the inning, and that brings up Carlos Correa. 1 out, nobody on. Peterson working with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Peterson with 2 strikeouts in this inning, and that brings up Mike Tauchman. 2 outs, nobody on. Tauchman waiting for the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. And a liner into the straightaway center field. That's going to be off the wall for extra bases. Tauchman sliding into second with a 2-out double. So, the Cubs looking to break through here in the bottom of the fourth inning with a runner in scoring position, and Miguel Amaya coming up next. Amaya facing Peterson with 2 outs and 1 man on. Here comes the 1-strike pitch from Peterson. And he's going to ground that one past the third baseman into left field. That's going to be an RBI single for Miguel Amaya, or an RBI double, excuse me. He didn't stop at first. He kept running. Miguel Amaya with an RBI double gives the Cubs their first run of this ball game in the bottom of the fourth inning. And now, this is going to be Junior Fernandez's time to shine. We're going to see a pinch hitter for the pitcher here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ryan Braun will be brought off the bench to pinch hit with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs in the fourth inning. Braun facing Peterson. Here comes the 1-strike pitch from Peterson. Braun waiting. And there's a grounder toward short. Picked up and thrown over to first, and that is going to end the inning. So, the Cubs score once. We go to the top of the fifth of a 3-1 ball game. And now Junior Fernandez will be brought into this game. No. You know what's going to happen? Junior Fernandez is actually going to come into the number 6 spot. He's going to pitch. Braun will stay in left. Santana will go over to right. That's what we're going to do. So Tauchman is substituted out. Fernandez now is going to face the top of the Mets lineup in the top of the 5th inning. 6 2/3 innings thrown by Fernandez so far. 4 walks, 10 strikeouts, and a 6.75 ERA. Fernandez facing Starling Marte, the switch hitter, here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's a 1-1 count. Junior Fernandez looking for the sign and delivering the pitch. And there's a pop-up to right field. Coming in fast is Santana. He makes the catch, puts it away for out number 1. Next up is Nimmo with 1 out, nobody on. Fernandez working with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him to chase one outside the zone there. So second out of the inning, and that brings up Pete Alonso. 2 outs, nobody on. Alonso facing Fernandez with a 2-2 count. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Fernandez sets down the side in order. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 3-1 ball game. And now we are going to warm up the lefty, Blake Taylor, who's going to be asked to pitch in the 6th inning. Peterson facing Santana here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the first pitch to Danny Santana, and he's going to ground that one over towards short. Weakly hit. The throw goes to first, but Santana's retired for out number 1. Next up is Paradas with 1 out, nobody on. Paradas waiting for the 1-ball count. Here is the pitch, and he's going to drive that one into left center field. It looks playable. The center fielder heading over to make the catch for out number 2. Next up, Nico Hoerner. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-1 is the count, and Hoerner grounds that one over to third. The throw goes to first, and 5-3 on the putout to end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go to the top of the 6th of a 3-1 ball game. And now Blake Taylor is going to be brought into this game here in the top of the 6th inning. He has thrown 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, 1 run, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and a 2.25 ERA. He is brought in to face some lefties in the middle of the Mets lineup here in the top of the 6th inning. Taylor working with a 1-2 count. The shift is on the infield and the outfield. Here comes the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Taylor gets the first out of the inning. McNeil now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Here is the pitch from Taylor. And a pop-up down the left field line. Coming in fast is Braun. He puts it away for out number 2. Next up, Amed Rosario with 2 outs and nobody on. Taylor facing Rosario with a full count. Here comes the pitch from Taylor. And ball 4 outside. He got squeezed a little bit on that one, I believe. So Rosario draws the walk, and it brings up Guillermo. With 2 outs and a runner on first here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-2 is the count. And a grounder over to first. Rizzo has it. He steps on the base, and that will end the inning. So the 6th inning is over. The Mets strand 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 3-1 ball game. Rizzo facing Peterson here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rizzo is 1 for 2 on the day. 1-ball count, and the pitch to Rizzo. And he's going to line that one into center field. Kind of finds no man's land out there, and he gets a leadoff single for his trouble. So Rizzo on first now, bringing up George Springer. Nobody out, 1 man on. Peterson working with a full count. And a grounder over to short. The throw goes to second, the relay to first, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. So now there's 2 outs and nobody on, and Carlos Correa is the batter. Bottom of the 6th inning, Cubs still down by 2. Here's a 2-0 count, and the pitch to Correa. And he's going to ground that one down the third base line into left field. That is going to be extra bases. Correa rounding first, heading for second. He slides in safely with a 2-out double. Man, this is twice where double plays have easily cost us a run here. And Correa now has a hit in 12 straight baseball games. So, the pitcher Taylor is the next batter. We're going to have to bring up a reliever and pinch hit for Taylor in this case. The reliever in the 7th inning for the Cubs is going to be Liam Hendriks. And now Taylor will be pinch hit for by Trent Jambrione. No, we're going to pinch hit with Fegley. Fegley is clearly a better hitter. We're going to let him pinch hit right here. So Fegley, the righty, is going to pinch hit against the lefty Peterson with 2 outs and a runner on second in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fegley waiting for the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the manager is 0 for 2 on pinch hitters today. The Cubs strand another runner. We go to the top of the 7th of a 3-1 ball game. And now Liam Hendriks will be brought in. He will still bat 6th here for the Cubs. brought into pitch. And now Liam Hendriks comes in out of the bullpen. He's thrown 5 2/3 innings, 0 walks, 7 strikeouts, and a 1.59 ERA. Hendriks is facing Avila here in the top of the 7th inning. 1-2 is the count. Hendriks looking to deliver the pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hendriks gets strikeout number 1. And that brings up the pitcher Peterson with 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 is the count. Peterson waiting. And there's a fly ball into center field going back fast as Springer. He dives and makes the catch for out number 2. Springer is injured. The trainer comes out and examines his right hand, but it's not serious. He's going to remain in the game. So Marte now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Hendriks facing Marte here in the top of the 7th inning. 1-1 count. And there's a drive deep right center field. Going back is Santana to the warning track. He makes the catch to end the inning. So the Mets go down in order. We're going down to the bottom of the 7th of a 3-1 ball game. And coming out to lead the 7th inning stretch for the Cubs today is going to be Ken Holtzman. Now, Miguel Amaya is going to lead off in the bottom of the 7th inning against David Peterson, with the Cubs down by 2, looking for some runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Another reliever is going to be warmed up. We're going to warm up Patterson to pitch in the 8th inning. Now, Amaya facing Peterson with a full count. Amaya waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. That is strike 3 called right on the inside corner. So a fastball ends the at-bat for Miguel Amaya, and it brings up Ryan Braun. With 1 out, nobody on. Here's the first pitch to Ryan Braun, and he's going to line that one into center field for a single. Ryan Braun, with the base hit, stops at first, and now the Cubs have a runner on base, and Danny Santana is the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Is Braun particularly quick? I mean, he's average speed. We'll leave him on the base paths. That's fine. Santana facing Peterson with a runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Santana waiting for the 1-2 pitch. And there's a liner down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. Santana, he stops at first because Braun stopped at second. Wow, the right fielder got that back into the infield quick. It really looked like it was headed for the corner, but Conforto actually responded quickly and got that ball cut off before it made it into the right field corner. So now the Mets are going to bring in a relief pitcher. Luis Garcia is making his first appearance of the season out of the Met bullpen. He is going to face Isaac Paradas with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runners on second and first. Cubs down by 2. Paradas waiting for the 0-2 pitch. Garcia delivering, and there's a grounder over to second. The throw goes to short. There is no relay to first, however. So the double play is broken up, and now there's 2 outs and runners on the corners for Nico Hoerner. Garcia facing Hoerner here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs down by 2. Here's the 1-strike pitch to Hoerner, and he's going to line that one in the gap in left center field. That's going to drive in another run. 1 run comes in. Paradas heading for third. He's going to round third and head home, and he is going to score, and we have a tie ball game off the Nico Hoerner RBI double. It is now a 3-3 contest in the bottom of the 7th inning. And next up is Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo is facing Garcia with 2 runs already in, a runner on second, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch to Rizzo, and he is hit by the pitch. Man, that had to hurt. A fastball at 96. So Rizzo now is on first, and George Springer is the next batter. 2 men on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Springer waiting for the 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. And he is going to take strike 3 looking to end the inning. So we go to the top of the 8th of a 3-3 tie. And now Peterson is ready to come in. So he is going to be brought in to face the lefty Nimmo. How are we going to do this? He's going to bat second in the next half inning. We're not going to make... No, we'll just wait because we'll make a pinch hitting decision based on the next reliever that the Mets bring in. So Patterson is going to face Nimmo. Patterson has thrown 7 2/3 innings, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a 3.52 ERA. He comes in the top of the 8th inning of a tie ball game here at Wrigley Field. Patterson working with a 2-1 count. He's looking for the sign. And here is the pitch. And there's a grounder to first. Rizzo has it. He takes 1 step and he's on the base for out number 1. Alonso now the batter. With 1 out, nobody on. Patterson facing Alonso. So Alonso is the one guy in this lineup that can actually really kill us. We're going to issue an intentional walk here because I don't want Alonso to make this a 1-run ball game again. We're going to have the walk is issued and Alonso will head down to first and we'll face Conforto and McNeil instead. And we're going to warm up the righty. We're going to warm up Diaz in the event that Patterson can't get these next 2 guys out. So Patterson now facing Conforto in the top of the 8th with an 0-2 count. Patterson delivering the pitch, and he hits him with the pitch. Oh my gosh. He had an 0-2 count, and he lost control of a fastball and hit him in the shoulder. So now we got to visit the mound. He says he's still feeling good. Patterson now has to face McNeil. With 1 out, runners on first and second. He really needs a double play right here. Here's the 2-2 count and the pitch. And there's a pop-up behind the third base. Paradas goes back. He makes the catch for out number 2 in short left field. And now Ahmed Rosario is the batter. And Edwin Diaz is ready to come in out of the bullpen. So Diaz will be brought in, and this will in fact facilitate a double switch. Because how are we going to do this? Yeah, Diaz is going to come in for Santana, and he is going to pitch, and Malik Smith will come into the game and play left field, or excuse me, right field. Braun will remain in the game in left. So Edwin Diaz now on the mound to face Rosario here in the top of the 8th with 2 outs and the go-ahead run on second base. Diaz working with a 3-0 count. Diaz looking to deliver the pitch. He has a 123 record. And there is ball 4. So Diaz issues the walk, which loads the bases. And now Guillermo is the batter with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Diaz needs a strikeout or something to get out of this inning. Diaz working with a 1-2 count. Looking for the sign and the pitch. And there's a liner. Deep left field chasing his Braun. He's going to get there and make the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs escape the bases loaded jam. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 3-3 tie. Now Correa is coming up to face Garcia here in the bottom of the 8th inning of a tie ball game. Correa waiting for the full count pitch. Garcia looking for the sign. Here it comes. And there's a check swing for ball 4. So he draws the walk. He's on first now. Correa, not exactly with great speed over there at first. We're going to go ahead and pinch run because, yeah, Ehire Adrianza, he's a considerably faster runner. He is going to come in. He's going to pinch run, but he's going to play shortstop. And Malik Smith, who is at the plate, is going to be asked to lay down a bunt and advance him over to second. So, Smith facing Garcia in the bottom of the 8th inning. He lays down the bunt back toward the mound. The throw goes over to first, and that will get the runner over to scoring position with the sacrifice. So, bottom of the 8th inning, go-ahead runner is on second, and now Miguel Amaya is the batter. We are going to also warm up another reliever. We're going to warm up Birdie in the event that we get to Diaz's spot in the lineup here. So, Amaya facing Garcia. 1 out. Go-ahead run on second. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Garcia. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that is the second out of the inning. And it brings up Ryan Braun. And Jeurys Familia will come out of the Mets bullpen now to face Ryan Braun. Familia has worked 4 2/3 innings, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a 7.71 ERA. So Braun facing Familia, he's 1 for 2 today. In the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs and the go-ahead run on second. Familia is not great at holding runners. Avila is still pretty good at throwing them out, though. So Braun facing Familia. Here's the 1-ball count and the pitch to Ryan Braun. Familia looking for the sign. Here it comes. There's a grounder up the middle. The shortstop charges. He has it. He throws over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. We're going to the top of the 9th of a 3-3 tie. Birdie is going to sit down. Diaz is going to work here in the top of the 9th. He's going to face Avila, the pitcher spot, and Starling Marte here in the top of the 9th inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Diaz records the first strikeout of the inning. And now Dominic Smith is the pinch hitter. Dominic Smith pinch hitting for the Mets. He is 6 for 30 on the season with 2 home runs. Smith facing Diaz here in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out, nobody on. 0-2 pitch from Edwin Diaz. Here it comes. And there's strike 3 called. Diaz rings him up with a fastball at 98. And now Starling Marte is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. And we're going to warm up Birdie because he is going to be asked to come in and pitch in the next half inning. Actually, you know what? Skubal makes more sense. It really makes much more sense to have another lefty out there. So Skubal will be brought in to pitch if we go to extra innings. Diaz facing Marte with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a full count pitch from Diaz. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that will end the inning. We're going down to the bottom of the 9th of a 3-3 tie. And now, Steve Cishek, one-time Cub, comes out of the Mets bullpen. He's thrown 4 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and an 11.57 ERA. Now, Edwin Diaz is going to be pinch hit for by Trent Jambrione here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jambrione facing Cishek to lead off for the Cubs. Here's a full count, and the pitch is coming. Cishek looking for the sign, and the delivery. And there is strike 3 called right on the outside corner. So that's the first out of the inning, and it brings up Isaac Paradas. He is 1 for 4 on the day, with 1 out and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Paradas waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's 2 outs in the inning now. Cishek is going to face Nico Hoerner, who is 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He tied up this ball game in the 7th. Cishek working with a full count. Here comes the pitch. And that is outside for ball 4. Hoerner draws the walk. And we need to get Skubal back up. Rizzo now the batter with the winning run on first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Rizzo facing Cishek. Here's the 1-2 count and the pitch. And Rizzo grounds it over towards second. The throw goes over to first, but Rizzo is retired by a millimeter for the 3rd out of the inning. Man, Rizzo wanted to argue that call. He looked like he might have been safe to me. We're going to the top of the 10th now of a 3-3 tie. And Tarik Skubal is coming in. He will be the next batter, or the next pitcher for the Cubs. He is brought in, having thrown 13 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 4 walks, 19 strikeouts, and a 3.95 ERA. Skubal is going to face Nimmo, Alonso, and Conforto here in the top of the 10th inning. Skubal working with a 2-2 count. He is looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And a grounder over to short. picked up and thrown over to first. That's going to be out number 1. Next up is Pete Alonso. And again, Pete Alonso is not the guy we're going to mess around with here. We're going to go ahead and issue the intentional walk, and he's going to be sent down to first. So Alonso is on base now, representing the go-ahead run, and Conforto now is the batter with 1 out and a runner on first. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Skubal, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 outs in the inning, brings up Jeff McNeil. Top of the 10th, runner on first, 2 outs. Skubal working to McNeil with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch, and a grounder over to first. Rizzo charges, he picks it up and steps on the base to end the inning. So we're going now to the bottom of the 10th of a 3-3 tie. George Springer going to lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 10th inning against Seth Lugo. He's coming in out of the Mets bullpen with 8 2/3 innings under his belt, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, and a 1.04 ERA. Springer waiting for the first pitch from Seth Lugo. The sign, stepping on the rubber, and here is the pitch. And a drive down the left field line. That is going to be caught right on the line for out number 1. Man, that sounded good coming off the bat, but it was well short of leaving the ballpark. So Ehire Adrianza is now the batter. He is going to be coming up with 1 out, nobody on. Adrianza waiting for the full count pitch. And there's a grounder up the middle. The second baseman has it. He throws over to first. That's going to be out number 2. Next up is Mallex Smith with 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 10th inning. Lugo facing Smith with a 1-2 count. And there's a pop-up to left. The left fielder heading over toward left center. He calls off, and Nimmo makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cubs go down in order. We go to the top of the 11th of a 3-3 tie. Skubal continuing to work here in the top of the 11th inning. Here's the 2-2 count. And the pitch to Ahmed Rosario. Skubal delivering. And there's a check swing, strike 3. That's going to be the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 2 for Tarik Skubal. And it brings up Guillermo. With 1 out, nobody on. Here comes the pitch from Tarik Skubal. First pitch of the at-bat. And there's a drive. Deep right field going back toward the warning track. Looking up, and that is gone. So Guillermo hits the go-ahead home run here in the top of the 11th. 406 feet out to right field, and that makes this a 4-3 ball game. Alex Avila now is the batter. With 1 out, nobody on. Avila waiting for the 1-ball count and the pitch from Skubal. And there's a liner into left field. Coming in fast is Braun. He gets there to make the catch for out number 2. And now Davis is the batter. With 2 outs and nobody on, Skubal facing Davis with a 1-ball count. Here comes the pitch. And there's a drive to left field. Man, that's going to be 2 gopher balls in the inning. Skubal gives up the home run to Dominic Davis, or J.D. Davis, 409 feet out to left field, and now this is a 5-3 ball game. And now we're going to visit the mound. He's going to say, I've got plenty left in the tank, but he's given up 2 gopher balls. It hasn't looked very good here this inning. So Skubal facing Marte with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-2 count. Skubal delivering the pitch. Here it comes. And a grounder up the middle. The second baseman has it. He throws over to first, and that will end the inning. So we go now to the bottom of the 11th of a 5-3 ball game. Cubs are down by 2, sending Miguel Amaya up to the plate in the bottom of the 11th. Full count. Amaya waiting for the pitch. And there's a drive into left field. That's going under the gap all the way to the wall. Miguel Amaya is going to have a leadoff extra base hit as he's going to slide into second with a double. So the Cubs trying to rally here in the 11th, getting the leadoff man on base. And next up will be Ryan Braun. Birdie is going to be sat down. He's ready to come in. Braun facing Lugo with nobody out and the runner on second here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Braun is 1 for 3 on the day. 2-2 count. Ryan Braun waiting for the pitch. And there's a pop-up left center field. This time, plenty of time for the center fielder to get under it. And he puts it away for out number 1. That will bring up the pitcher's spot, which means that we need to pinch hit for Tarik Skubal. Which pitcher hits the best in our lineup? I believe, if I go to ratings, that it's actually Chris Archer. So, we're going to send Chris Archer up to pinch hit for Tarik Skubal. Archer comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 6 on the season, and he will be opposed by a new relief pitcher. Tyler Bashlor comes up. So Archer is going to be asked to lay down the sacrifice here. Well, I don't know if we can even afford to do that. Mamaya's already on second. I think we're just going to let Archer swing away and see if he can make contact. Bashlor comes out of the Mets bullpen. He's thrown 7 2/3 innings, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts, and a 4.70 ERA. So Archer waiting for the 1-ball pitch. Bashlor looking for the sign, and here's the delivery. And a grounder over to second. This is going to act like a sacrifice. The throw goes over to first. That's the second out of the inning. Archer's retired, and Amaya advances to third. And now Isaac Paradas is the batter. He is 1 for 5 on the day. He comes up with Amaya on third and 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th inning. Paradas facing Bashlor with a 1-1 count. Paradas waiting for the pitch, and there's a liner over the right at the third baseman. It looked like it was going over his head, but he catches it to end the game. So the Cubs lose this game 5-3 in 11 innings. The Mets get 5 runs on 7 hits with no errors. The Cubs 3 runs on 10 hits with no errors. The player of today's game is the Mets' Luis Guillermo. He hit his 4th home run of the season, which was the difference in this game in the 11th inning. So, Tarik Skubal suffers the loss. He goes to 2-2. He threw 2 innings of 2-hit, 2-run relief with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts and allowed 2 home runs to be hit. Seth Lugo gets the win for the Mets. He goes to 2-0, and Bashlor gets his first save of the season. So the Cubs drop to 12-5 while the Mets improve to 8-10. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.